calls for answers are growing louder, and the anger is building over how an Indigenous woman was treated in a Quebec hospital. Joyce Echaquan recorded video of her last moments alive as staff made racist and callous comments about her. She lay strapped to a bed and was pleading with them to help her. They appeared indifferent, and she died a short time later. Echaquan, a 37-year-old Indigenous woman, was the mother of 7 children, ranging in age from 7 months to 21 years. Indigenous leaders say her video exposes the realities of systemic racism. As Felicia Parrillo reports, 3 investigations are underway into her death, and a warning: some viewers may find the video disturbing.
37-year-old Joyce Echaquan leaves behind her children, a husband, family, friends, and an entire community. On Monday, during the last moments of her life, Echaquan recorded herself pleading for help as nurses mocked her and called her names. Family members say Echaquan was speaking in Atikamekw, her mother tongue, saying she was being given too much medication. And that's exactly what family members believe led to her death. We don't need much investigation, said a cousin. We know the facts. We saw the recordings. We saw her condition. Family and friends say this wasn't an isolated incident. According to them, Echaquan had been treated at the Joliette hospital before and had experienced racism during past visits.
It was like a couple of times that she had experienced, and she say herself, weeks before, one day they're gonna kill me.
On Tuesday, Quebec's Premier François Legault announced that a nurse involved in the incident had been fired and that investigations were underway. But the family doesn't think that's good enough. The firing of one nurse doesn't fix anything. There wasn't just one nurse in the video. There were 3, he says.
It's not just at the individual.
Cindy Blackstock, executive director of the First Nations Child and Family Caring Society, believes the blame goes beyond just the hospital staff involved.
So often we look at individual actions, and that's where we focus our attention on racial discrimination. And that's an important place. But often it's reinforced at the systemic level and even by governments themselves.
The Premier denies systemic racism played a role in Echaquan's death, but Quebec's first Aboriginal surgeon says that is simply untrue. Systemic racism is present here as it is across the country.
That's happening throughout Canada, in Toronto, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Montreal, Halifax. So we have to act as a country, as a province, to go against systemic racism.
The Regional Health Authority denied our request for an interview, but in a statement said there are 3 levels of investigations underway. They added that internal meetings are taking place to determine if there will be more disciplinary actions against any other staff who were involved. Felicia Parrillo, Global News, Joliette, Quebec.